You wake up at the exact same time. You drive the same route to work. You buy the same coffee. You sit the same desk. It feels safe. It feels comfortable. Nothing unexpected happens. You look at your life and think everything is fine. You tell yourself you are protecting yourself. You think staying still keeps you safe from failure, embarrassment, and risk. But the truth is much darker than that. Staying the same is not keeping you safe. It is actively destroying your future self. Every single morning, you make a choice. You either choose the discomfort of growth or you choose the quiet comfort of routine. What most people do not realize is that comfort is not free. It comes with a massive, compound interest rate that you pay years down the line. To understand why this happens, we have to look inside your head. Your brain is an incredible organ, but it was not designed to make you successful or happy. It was designed to keep you alive. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, the unknown meant danger. A new path through the forest could lead to a predator. A new food source could be poisonous. Leaving the safety of the tribe meant almost certain death, so your brain developed a survival mechanism. I'd wired a preference for predictability. Predictability equals safety. Safety equals survival. To enforce this, your brain built a reward system. Whenever you stick to what you know, your brain conserves energy and rewards you with a subtle sense of relief. Whenever you try to step outside your routine, your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, fires off. It floods your body with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. It makes the unknown feel terrifying. It tricks you into believing that change is a threat. So you listen to that fear. You stay in the same job that drains your soul every afternoon. You stay in relationships that have long run out of spark or respect. You put off starting that project, learning that language, or hitting the gym. You tell yourself a story to feel better. You say, I will do it next month. I will start when work calms down. I will change when the timing is perfect. Airy is the counterintuitive truth. Perfect timing is an illusion created by your brain to keep you comfortable. And playing it safe is actually the riskiest thing you can possibly do in a changing world. Think about what happens when you stand still on a moving walkway at the airport. You might feel like you're standing still, but relative to everything around you, you are moving backward. The world does not wait for you to feel heady. Technology evolves. The economy shifts. The people around you grow, adapt, and build new lives. When you refuse to change, you do not remain frozen in time. You simply fall behind. It gets worse on a physical level. Your brain heals on a principle called neuroplasticity, its ability to build new neural pathways and adapt it to new information. When you challenge yourself, your brain creates dense, strong neural networks. You become sharper, faster, and more resilient. But when you stop learning and stick to the same rigid habits year after year, your brain undergoes a process called neural pruning. It literally cuts away the unused connections. Staying in your comfort zone physically weakens your brain's capacity to handle new challenges. The longer you stay still, the harder it becomes to ever move again. Over time, the cost of staying the same stops being invisible. It starts to compound. It begins as a small quiet feeling of dissatisfaction on Sunday nights, a tiny voice asking, "Is this really all there is?" If you ignore that voice, it gets louder. Dissatisfaction turns into frustration. Frustration turns into resentment, and eventually, resentment turns into heavy, crushing regret. Psychologists have studied human regret for decades. Do you know what people regret most at the end of their lives? It is rarely the mistakes they made when they tried something new. It is almost always the things they failed to attempt, the risks they did not take, the words they left unsaid. Failure hurts for a moment. It gives you feedback, teaches you a lesson, and lets you try again. Regret hurts forever. It leaves you trapped in a loop, constantly wondering what your life could have been. So how do you break out of this trap when your brain is wired to resist it? You do not need to flip your life upside down overnight. In fact, trying to change everything at once usually triggers your brain's alarm system and causes you to quit. Instead, you need to trick your brain using micro changes. You start so small that your amygdala does not even notice. You change one tiny variable in your daily routine. Drive home using a different street, order a different drink, hide 5 pages of a book on a subject you know nothing about, speak to one person you normally avoid. When you do this, you send a clear message to your nervous system. We tried something new and we survived. Slowly, you expand your comfort zone. You build evidence that you are someone who can handle the unknown. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is a muscle built by repeatedly stepping into minor discomfort and realizing you did not break. Growth never happens in the middle of your comfort zone. It only happens right at the outer edge, where things feel a little uncertain and intimidating. Look at your life today. Identify the one area where you have been standing still because it felt easier than facing the unknown. Are you going to keep paying the hidden, compounding costs to staying the same, or are you headed to take one step into the unknown and see what you are actually capable of becoming?